It may sound contradictory, but today, more than ever, a woman in her 40s, 50s, or 60s can look modern, refined, and elegant while wearing sneakers. And this is neither an exaggeration nor a passing trend. It is a style statement that combines comfort with visual strategy. True elegance is not about following rigid rules or dressing the way people think a woman of a certain age should dress. On the contrary, it is precisely at this stage that many women discover what truly flatters them, what empowers them, and what they are no longer willing to compromise on, neither in comfort nor in presence. And you know what the best part is? You don't have to give up your style in order to achieve elegance. In this video, you will discover how to incorporate sneakers into your looks in an elegant way without falling into the trap of looking sloppy or overly casual. Because yes, it is absolutely possible to walk in comfort and still feel incredibly divine, feminine, and powerful. Stay until the end because I'll be sharing combinations that not everyone knows about and that can transform the way you get dressed every day. But before we start, tell me in the comments, have you ever tried pairing sneakers with a more elegant look? Did it work for you or did you not like it? I would love to know your experience. Now, let's begin.
First of all, always choose truly elegant sneakers. Choosing truly elegant sneakers is the first step in turning this shoe into an ally of your style. Not every pair will work to create a sophisticated image. It's not enough to simply grab those gym trainers and mix them with everyday clothes, hoping for a polished result. When the goal is to combine comfort with presence, the model has to meet very specific criteria that make all the difference. Material is one of the most important points. Soft, well-crafted leather, firm canvas, or structured fabrics immediately convey higher quality and elegance. The texture speaks for itself. A polished finish, neat stitching, and consistent appearance elevate the outfit effortlessly. On the other hand, models made of plastic, thin rubber, or fragile fabrics tend to give off a sense of neglect and cheapen the entire look, even if the rest of the clothing is impeccable. Design also deserves attention. Clean shapes, discrete lines, and the absence of unnecessary details create a timeless look. Forget loud patterns, flashy colors, or oversized logos that steal the spotlight. Elegant sneakers should be a complement that blends seamlessly into the outfit, not an element that shouts for attention. It is exactly this subtlety that reinforces the idea of class. Color plays another fundamental role. Neutral, sober, and sophisticated shades are always the safest choice. White, off-white, nude, black, gray, navy, or even soft, earthy tones work well in different situations. These shades have the power to harmonize with tailored pieces, structured dresses, or even more refined jeans without creating visual conflict. And above all, the condition of the sneakers is decisive. No matter how well tailored the clothing may be, if the sneakers are dirty, with worn-out soles, or misshapen, the entire outfit loses credibility. Shoes say a lot about the person wearing them, and feet are often one of the first things people notice when assessing posture and style. That's why caring for footwear is just as important as choosing the right garment. A pair of immaculately clean, well-maintained white sneakers with good structure can be as versatile as a classic loafer.
2. The blazer and sneakers formula. The blazer and sneakers formula is one of those combinations that transcend styles, seasons, and occasions without ever losing relevance. It brings together the best of both worlds, the natural sophistication of a tailored piece with the relaxed comfort of a good pair of sneakers. This balance is exactly what makes the composition work so well, earning its reputation as an almost foolproof choice. The blazer on its own already has the power to transform any outfit. It adds structure to the body, elongates the silhouette, and instantly conveys a sense of presence and care. It is the kind of garment that communicates silent authority without the need for exaggeration. When paired with sneakers, that formality softens, resulting in a refined, yet contemporary and accessible aesthetic. The seriousness of the blazer meets the laid-back spirit of sneakers, And together they create a visual harmony that translates into elegance without rigidity. The choice of color and fabric of the blazer is essential to maximize this combination. Neutral tones are always the most versatile. White, ivory, navy, and soft earthy shades are options that pair beautifully with different wardrobe pieces. In summer, models made of linen or structured cotton are ideal because they maintain freshness and lightness while preserving the necessary shape for an elegant drape. In winter, heavier fabrics such as cold wool or thicker blends add authority and reinforce the impression of sophistication. When coordinated with straight-cut trousers, flowing palazzo pants, or even dark, well-fitted jeans, the blazer with sneakers creates an impactful look. This union conveys security, strength, and personality, while remaining practical and modern. It is proof that a single intentional detail, like choosing pieces that balance formal and casual, can completely change the way others perceive your style. It is not about trying to look younger, but about building an image aligned with the present, updated, and conscious. The blazer with sneakers represents exactly that, a way to show that elegance is not about following rigid rules, but about using the right pieces strategically to communicate confidence, freshness, and modernity. And if you've ever stood in front of a wardrobe full of clothes and still felt like you had nothing to wear, then you need to discover a simple, transformative solution. I've prepared something special for you, the Capsule Wardrobe ebook. In it, I reveal in detail how to create a wardrobe with only 16 pieces that can generate more than 120 different combinations. It's a practical, visual, and straightforward guide designed to help you save time, spend less, and most importantly, dress with elegance every day. At the end of this video, just click the blue link in the first comment below to get yours. 3. Midi dresses or shirt dresses with sneakers. Midi dresses or shirt dresses paired with sneakers represent one of the most feminine, elegant, and, at the same time, modern choices you can make. This combination, which might once have seemed unlikely, is now seen as a sophisticated resource precisely because it balances the natural delicacy of the dress with the refined casualness of the footwear. It's a formula that conveys freshness, lightness, and presence without sacrificing comfort. The secret lies in choosing the right dress. Models made of noble fabrics such as structured linen, heavier cotton, or high-quality tencel have an impeccable drape and guarantee beautiful movement when walking. These fabrics not only flatter the silhouette, but also convey sophistication through their texture and durability. The dress should not be excessively tight so as not to lose its fluidity, but instead should softly highlight the body's lines, creating a natural and elegant image. In this set, the sneakers act as a discreet complement. They are not there to compete for attention, but to bring balance to the outfit, softening the formality of the dress and adding a modern, practical, and contemporary energy. The harmony is completed when the accessories follow the same refined line. Structured handbags, understated belts, and delicate jewelry reinforce the sense of care and intention without weighing down the final result. A classic example is the white shirt dress. With its clean cut, aligned buttons, and straight drape, it already conveys freshness and versatility on its own. When paired with simple, well-kept sneakers and accompanied by a structured bag, it creates a winning look, perfect both for casual outings and for occasions where you want to be comfortable, yet elegant. It's a choice that does not scream for attention, but leaves a silent mark of sophistication, showing that true style doesn't shout, it whispers with authority. 4. Tailored trousers and statement blouses. Tailored trousers, when paired with well-chosen blouses, form a solid foundation for looks with sneakers that merge sophistication and practicality. Straight-cut or cropped styles are especially interesting because they bring structure, flatter the silhouette, and leave the ankles visible, adding visual lightness. When made from substantial fabrics, such as lightweight gabardine, thicker linen, or cotton blends with elastane, they strike an exemplary balance between comfort and elegance.
These materials ensure that the trousers hold their shape throughout the day and maintain a flawless drape, something essential for conveying presence. The choice of blouse is equally strategic. Noble fabrics such as matte silk or firm cotton with a refined finish add immediate sophistication. A well-structured collar or subtle tailoring details turn the blouse into a discreet protagonist, capable of sustaining an elegant look even when worn with sneakers. This combination works for different contexts: city commitments, more casual meetings, informal gatherings, or even long days that require comfort without losing intention in dressing. Colors are another decisive detail. Neutral shades such as light gray, black, sand, and navy offer versatility, harmony, and timelessness, while also working well together. This sober palette enhances the sneakers without letting the overall outfit appear careless. To finish, subtle accessories make all the difference. A lightweight scarf at the neck, discreet earrings, or a delicate bracelet elevate the result, adding visual interest points without overloading the look. This composition proves that elegance does not arise by chance. It is built consciously, piece by piece, detail by detail. Even sneakers, which in many contexts are perceived only as casual footwear, here take on a refined role, proving that sophistication lies much more in the intention and care behind the choices than in the label of the garments.
5. The monochrome style. Monochrome style is one of the most effective and timeless visual techniques when it comes to elegance. Far from being a rigid rule, it is a clever resource that simplifies choices and, at the same time, amplifies the impact of the image. Dressing in a single tone, or within a very close palette, creates a continuous line that elongates the silhouette naturally, without the need for complex tricks. The result is always a presence that conveys clarity, confidence, and quiet sophistication. The beauty of monochrome lies precisely in its versatility. Shades like off-white, beige, pearl gray, navy, or light olive green are perfect examples to explore this style. These colors, in addition to being discreet and refined, offer a clean visual reading that enhances posture and personal expression. They work just as well in light, fluid daytime outfits as in evening combinations where the goal is to convey firmness and sobriety. The detail that makes the ensemble even more special is the choice of footwear. Adding sneakers in the same tone as the outfit creates an elegant continuity that reinforces the impression of elongation and visual unity. When opting for a soft contrast, like white or nude sneakers within a neutral palette, the result is equally sophisticated, as the shoes act as a point of light that brightens the ensemble without breaking harmony. This approach is powerful because it eliminates any excess. Instead of overloading the look with too many colors and information, monochrome offers a calm balance where each piece speaks to the other in perfect synchrony. It's a refined way of dressing without apparent effort, transmitting good taste in a discreet yet memorable manner. In the end, monochrome style proves that elegance does not lie in quantity, but in the quality of choice. A simple, intentional, and well-constructed composition has the power to create impact without the need for exaggeration. 6. Mistakes you must avoid. Although sneakers can add style, comfort, and modernity, attention is needed. The wrong choices can completely compromise the harmony of a look. Instead of conveying elegance, a poorly thought-out detail can leave the image looking sloppy or less refined. That's why it's important to be aware of some common mistakes that often sabotage sophistication and that can easily be avoided. The first is wearing sneakers with oversized logos, flashy colors, or plastic-like finishes. These elements shout louder than they blend with the outfit, creating a look that feels too youthful or overly sporty, which does not align with the intention of elegance. An excess of information in the footwear tends to steal the spotlight from refined pieces, turning the outfit into something unbalanced. Another recurring mistake is wearing sneakers exclusively with sportswear or unstructured leggings. While these pieces have their value in casual or wellness contexts, outside of that environment, they end up giving the impression of improvisation, as if there was no intention behind the styling. Elegance requires intention, and combining pieces of different weight and formality is essential to avoid a look that feels unfinished. It's also important to avoid an entirely casual outfit without including at least one element that brings sophistication to the whole. Sneakers, no matter how refined, need a counterpoint. It could be a well-tailored blazer, a pair of dress trousers, a structured dress, or even discreet, high-quality accessories. These details are what balance the relaxed nature of sneakers and elevate the overall result. Neglecting the maintenance of the shoes is another serious slip. Dirty sneakers with worn-out soles, deformed shapes, or noticeable odors immediately signal a lack of care and cancel out any effort invested in the rest of the clothing. Keeping shoes clean, in good condition, and well presented is just as essential as choosing the right garment, because they communicate as much as any other part of the outfit. Finally, some people believe elegance is only in the clothes, ignoring that it is above all a matter of posture and attitude. The very same outfit can send completely different messages depending on how it is worn. Walking tall, carrying yourself with secure gestures, and maintaining a confident gaze are indispensable complements, so that sneakers and the rest of the outfit genuinely express sophistication. In fashion, every detail speaks. The simpler, cleaner, and more cared for the look, the more refined the impact it creates. Avoiding these mistakes ensures that sneakers become strategic allies of style, and not obstacles. 7. Comfort with presence. Comfort with presence is one of the pillars of contemporary elegance. For a long time, the myth was cultivated that in order to look sophisticated, one had to accept a certain level of discomfort: tight clothes, fabrics that cling, or heels that hurt. That idea, however, no longer makes sense. True elegance is not born from sacrifice, but from the harmony between style and well-being. Today, those who are aware of their own value choose pieces that accompany their movements, not those that restrain them. This intelligent choice applies especially to footwear. Well-chosen sneakers provide the freedom to walk lightly, ensure security while moving, and still manage to project an image of modernity, strength, and effortless sophistication. Far from diminishing elegance, they actually reinforce it when worn with intention. The crucial point is not to confuse comfort with neglect. There is a huge difference between dressing practically and slipping into carelessness. Being comfortable does not mean giving up visual presence, but rather finding pieces that unite aesthetics and functionality. A noble fabric that doesn't cling, tailoring that flatters the silhouette without restricting it, and shoes that are soft yet elegantly designed. These are the choices that build a balanced and coherent look. Style is, above all, a personal expression, and there is no expiration date for feeling beautiful and secure. What truly changes over time is the clarity about what no longer makes sense to hold on to. Pretending to adopt styles that do not represent who you are, wearing pieces that hurt your authenticity, or accepting clothes and shoes that cause physical discomfort cease to be options. Comfort and presence walk hand in hand, and when a look manages to unite the two, the message it conveys is powerful: self-confidence, freedom, and genuine elegance. 8. What you communicate with a good look. What you communicate with a good look goes far beyond the clothes you choose to wear. When the combination of sneakers and elegant pieces is mastered with awareness and intention, something changes not only in the image reflected in the mirror, but also in the way you move and occupy spaces. Dressing ceases to be merely functional and becomes a silent language that conveys clear messages of confidence, presence, and authenticity. A person who walks with security, upright posture, and style projects authority without rigidity, freshness without chasing artificial youth,
and presence without exaggeration. This harmony reveals a stylistic maturity that does not depend on fleeting trends, but on the clarity of knowing who you are and what you wish to project to the world. This balance is exactly what many women desire, uniting comfort, modernity, and respect without giving up their essence. Style does not mean leaving behind who you are, but rather finding ways to express your identity with coherence, valuing what already exists within you as authentic. The beauty of this choice is that it is not limited to formal occasions or special moments. Well-thought-out looks that integrate sneakers with elegant pieces work perfectly for city outings, long walks, travel, informal meetings, and even daily routines. After all, you don't need to wait for a grand event to dress well. Everyday life is reason enough to present yourself at your best. And it is precisely at this point that sneakers show their strength. They are not the enemies of elegance, but strategic allies. When chosen and combined with care, they add freedom, practicality, and a contemporary flair that reinforces sophistication rather than diminishing it. The difference never lies in the piece alone, but in the way it is integrated into the whole, creating a coherent and powerful image. At the end of the day, a good look is a silent reflection of your intention. It communicates even before words who you are and the value you place on yourself. And when that message is transmitted clearly, the impact is always striking. And if this video inspired you, I would love to read your thoughts in the comments. Would you dare to include sneakers in your elegant looks? Which of these combinations would you like to try first? Your opinion is an essential part of this space, because here we don't talk about passing fashions, we talk about style with intention. See you in the next video, and never forget, your style has no age, it has strategy.